charging the client based off your gear and your experience. I've been doing this for 10 years. So what? Your client don't care. Your client don't. Are you willing to pay more for a burger because somebody been flipping it for 20 years over somebody that's been flipping it for 10? Are you willing to pay more for a burger for that? Are you willing to pay more for deliveries because your UPS driver been on this route for 10 years instead of the UPS driver that's been on this route for 2 years? Or you got the Amazon delivery guy who got the new electric truck. That truck costs more. That's better equipment than the guy that's burning gas. Are you willing to pay more for your delivery for that? So what makes you think your client is willing to pay more because of your experience? That's an old school method. I'm not saying there was not a time and place for it, because it was. That's just an old school method when it comes to working with clients. That works with plumbers and certain service-based industries. It don't work with providing content, because we live in a world where the young guys, the new guys who are coming to this with a different mindset, that are editing different and shooting different, are having greater success than those who've been doing it for 20 years and are stuck in their way of shooting. It's new methods that push this industry forward. And a lot of times it's from people who don't have the experience that somebody who's stuck doing it the old-fashioned way does. The new guys are the disruptors. And you should be thinking like that. So the idea of charging based off your gear or experience is completely wrong. And you should not be doing it. There are other ways to provide value to a client so that you can charge what you want to charge. There are other ways to provide value, and you need to know what those ways are. If you got questions, post them in the comments. We'll get to them right after this. Any questions, go for it. So there are ways to be reassuringly expensive. It is not based on your experience and your gear, unless, there's the asterisk to that, unless it ties into one of the first ones we said, unless this experience and this gear speaks to your ability to solve a problem for a client. That's the only time it matters. See, a lot of people say, oh, well, I've been shooting for 20 years and I filmed for this guy and I filmed for that guy and I got this gear and that gear. It doesn't matter. What you should be saying is, we solved this problem for this amount of people. Here are their results. This is the before, this is the after. This is why they chose us. And if you're not doing that, you're working in 1996 and you're wondering why it's not working for you.